Hi, this is Mark Steenstra. Welcome to the Google Drive training for the Calvin Christian School staff. I just want to tell you I appreciate you taking this training. I know it can be difficult. It's definitely extra work to come up to speed on some of these new technologies. I can tell you I've been using the Google Drive for a couple of years, and I think it will be worth it for you and for your students. I think you'll be a better teacher. Your students are going to be better prepared. So I just encourage you to stick with it. I know I can't always be by your side helping you through it, and I regret that. I would love to be able to do that. Paul Lapka is going to be helping over at the elementary school, so hopefully between that and this training class, we'll be able to help you make this as painless as possible with the transition. Okay, with that said, let me open my presentation here and tell you a little bit about, for starters, Microsoft Office. 12 years ago when I started teaching here, I was teaching Office, and I had used Office quite a bit in the industry prior to coming here. I wanted to prepare kids for, what they would likely encounter in their futures. And so that's what I was really pushing. And it was good. The kids were learning it, they were using it, teachers were using it, and what I'm talking about is Word and PowerPoint and Excel. But then some problems began, okay? And the first issue that we started to encounter was compatibility issues. We had Office 2000, in fact, that's still mainly what we have. Obviously, that's over 10 years old, which is a long time in technology years. And really the files that the students were bringing in just wouldn't run on our old software. Okay, or if they would run, the formatting wouldn't come up right because they had a different version of Office. On top of that, what the kids had to bring in were files. Okay, so they'd bring in a disk, or these days they'd bring in a thumb drive if we were using it, and that file had to be physically transported and moved to the teacher's computer and plugged in, and the file had to be found. Often it wasn't there. Or it wasn't the right one, and it was just real time consuming and frustrating. So we were dealing with those problems. So this is time consuming. Okay, well then what we wanted to do is keep on putting this Office on the new computers that we were deploying, actually just newer computers. What we found out is since our Office was so old, it wasn't able to install. It was actually corrupting the operating system on the computers. So we had a problem there with installation. Well then when we went and looked into the new version of Office, we found that one also wouldn't install because that one was too new. Okay, so we had older computers and older operating systems, and now the newest version of Office was actually too new for our computers. So we couldn't install that either. So we had a catch-22. So we looked into purchasing Office, and that was prohibitively expensive. And so we didn't really know where to go from there. And what happened is a few years back, there was a new product. Oh yeah, this is how we were feeling. So there was a new product. Google Apps, and it came to our rescue. What it took care of were these incompatibility issues, because Google Docs, the documents were in the cloud. So when a student would create a document, basically they'd share that document with the teacher, and they wouldn't have to bring in any files or anything, so that saved us a lot of time as well. And the teacher would just open that exact same document. And so, that eliminated any compatibility issues. Oh yeah, and it's free. So that was obviously another huge bonus for us as we're a little bit budget strapped. What also happened is it was very easy to do the sharing, and I alluded to that already. No files needed to be copied. The document was simply shared, and really it's revolutionized the way many of our teachers now that are using it have been able to share documents, like distribute documents and collect documents from students. So on top of these things, it provided a new feature, which was real-time collaboration. Since it's in the cloud and there's one document out there, what can happen is, say for instance, you give a presentation project to a group of students. Well, these students can all go home to their own homes, go into their Google Apps and open the presentation, and they're all accessing the exact same presentation at the same time. They can all be working on it together, even chatting with each other, because there are some tools built into it, so they can do that. And they can complete the presentation, and then when they come back to school the next day, the teacher simply opens the presentation from their own Google Apps, and there it is. So it really is a huge benefit in terms of collaboration. Now Frank has actually found some ways to do that here at Calvin. Recently, what he did is he shared, for instance, exit grade spreadsheet with the teachers of a student that was leaving, and all the teachers just went in and entered the grade into that one document, and Frank had all the information right there. We've done it with advocate lists where there's a sign-up sheet and all the teachers just go into that document and sign up, and the document's finished. Okay, supervision sign-ups, and just for general sharing. So that's worked out pretty well. Another thing that where it's helped us is when teachers want to work on their documents from home. They go home and they don't have to copy their files and carry them home with them. They just go into their Google Apps and there all their files are, and they can work on them. So the motto there is anytime, anywhere. And actually if you share it could be anyone. Okay, and then finally, what we were having some issues with, and some pretty serious issues, were with files getting lost, and sometimes they weren't getting backed up. And so when you create a Google document, it actually gets stored in one of Google's data centers that's totally secure. It's backed up. They're doing a way better job than we can do with our own network here. So your data, your information is safe and secure. So that's another advantage. Okay, now this class, even though it's called Google Drive, you're going to hear me talking about Google Docs quite a bit. And I just want to clarify the difference between the two. Google Drive is a file storage and synchronization service. Okay, so Google Drive is just the thing that allows you to store things and share things and collaborate on things. Okay, then Google Docs is really a subset of the Google Drive. And Google Docs, when we're talking about that, is the collection of documents that you can create and use the editor within your Google Apps account, including documents, which takes the place of Word, presentations that takes the place of PowerPoint, spreadsheets, which takes the place of Excel, and there are some new things. There's forms that you can create, which are really surveys, and I'm not going to get into that here, but they're really cool, powerful tools. And there's drawings that can be created and saved within your Google Docs. And there's a lot of other things as well. So in this class, we're focusing on documents and presentations because that's mainly what you have. But just keep in mind, this is a real powerful tool, and it can accommodate all kinds of other things as well. Okay, now one of the things I want you to do on top of watching this video and also the second video that I'm going to be creating where I actually demonstrate a lot of this stuff is I want you to go in here and go and open the Google Drive Interactive Tour webpage. Okay, and it looks just like this. So let me just click on it right now. Okay, and now it's opening that page that I just showed you. And I'll include a link to this in the email I send you. And what you have is, take a tour of Google Drive, and you can read about it. There's a little scroll bar to get into some of the other information. You hit the little play button here, and it lets you move. And as you move through, the little arrows point at different things, and they tell you about navigating through your files, creating new folders, and so on, all the different things that you can do in your Google Drive. So this is just a really good little interactive tour to get you introduced to Google Drive. Okay, so let me go back here. Another thing I want you to do is watch this video. Okay, so let me just click on it. I'm going to send you a link to this video, and I'm not going to watch the whole thing, but it is short. And this is the video that you're going to watch. Yeah, I don't think you can hear it going right now. So, but it gives a nice overview, kind of repeats some of the things I already talked about in Google's own way, probably presented much better than I can do it. So I'd like you to watch that. Again, I'll send you a link to that video. Okay, there are also some really good places for you to get help, to get online help. Okay, on both Google Drive and on Google Docs. So these are actually links, and I'm going to be sharing this presentation with you. Okay, because this is a Google presentation. So you'll be able to actually click on these links in the presentation to get to these pages, and I'm going to email those to you as well. So this is just one more way that you can get help on Google Drive and Google Docs. Okay, these are the official help pages. They're really well done. Okay, and then finally, to close out this first video, which is just the introduction, what I'm going to be doing next is I'm going to be giving you demonstrations where I actually convert Word and PowerPoint documents to Google Docs. I'm going to show you how to create Google Documents and slides from scratch and do just some of the basic formatting with those. I'm going to show you how to organize your Google Drive, which includes making folders and searching for documents, and just give you a quick lesson on sharing and collaborating using Google Docs. Okay, so you can look forward to that in the next video. All right, so keep that in mind. Also keep in mind that there's a video that I'm going to just send you a link to. Well, I'll put it in your Edmodo as well. The one I mentioned in this presentation. And then at the very end, after you watch all three of these videos and look at that interactive Google Drive site, then I want you to take an Edmodo quiz where it's just going to ask you questions about all these videos. And I'd like you to do that before the class on Wednesday. Okay, so thank you for listening, and I'll be back again in the next video.